It's so easy every day, living in Lubbock, the one and only LBK.
'Cause we got rock and roll, we got the blues, we can honky-tonk in our cowboy boots.
And through the dust in the rearview mirror, you can see our rhythm and roots. And through the dust in the rearview mirror, you can see our rhythm and roots. Welcome to another episode of Rhythm and Roots Podcast, Lubbock's only podcast for musicians by musician. I'm your host, Jason Robertson. This is my co-host, Rhonda Taylor.
Hello there. On
this podcast, we focus mostly on local artists and their talent and the venues that support those.
That's right. In today's venue, we are here at Meetacle Village, which is one of our favorite places to play and to eat. And also our wonderful guest today is Mr. Kelly Hastey, who
Hi.
also loves this place.
Yes, ma'am.
So good to have you here, Kelly.
Thank y'all for having me.
Welcome to the podcast.
If anybody has seen Kelly play or heard Kelly play, you know that he's an amazing artist. Not only is he an absolute wicked guitar player, but he is a great vocalist, and he's an amazing songwriter. Kelly has had the Song of the Year, Texas CMA Song of the Year.
Yes, sir.
In 2020. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
right, Kelly?
Yes, sir.
What was the name of that song?
That's what I like about Texas.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about that song? What was your inspiration for that song, man?
I don't really know if it was an inspiration. I just wanted to write a song about Texas. I've moved off, and Texas is home. So that's everything that I like about it.
Right.
Well,
yeah, you start to appreciate it when you've left it and have to. Yeah, I left Texas when I came back. I'll never forget crossing over the state line and just like bursting into tears. I'm back to Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we all leave for a little bit, but we always come back.
That's your roots, rhythm and roots.
Well, and I love the way you put that song together, man. You focused on our roots, you know, the honky-tonks and the music and the atmosphere and the fat babies. And, I mean, I love everything about that song, man. So not only did you have the 2020 Song of the Year, but that same year, didn't you have the Band of the Year, or was it a different year?
No, it was the year after.
Year after.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
2021, we had Band of the Year with Texas.
So tell us a little bit
Jack.
about Cadillac Jack. How long have you guys, because not only are you a solo artist, you got Kelly Hastey solo artist, you got Kelly Hastey trio, you got the Kelly Hastey gospel group, and you've got Texas Cadillac Jack, which is an amazing traditional country
That
band.
is so right. Yes.
Thank you.
Great standards. Tell us about Cadillac Jack.
The core of the band is probably me, Tommy Scales, and Royce Glenn. We've been together about 22 years.
Wow.
So we just added Baxter Vaughn playing steel probably 3 years ago, and he's a great addition, great steel player.
That guy's a talent.
Yes, sir. So and we just do traditional dance hall, country music, Johnny Bush, Buck Owens, all that kind of stuff. Anything to get you on the dance floor.
There you
That's
go.
right. Well, how about you kick us off with the 2020 Texas CMA Song of the Year? You want to do that for us?
Sure.
All right. Here's Kelly Hastey and What I Like About Texas.
Honky tonk, hardwood floor, rocking band and swinging door. That's what I like about Texas. Two-stepping on Friday nights, a tall glass and dim lights. That's what I like about Texas. You can hit the dance floor all night long, 12 o'clock and you're feeling strong. We got time for one more round. Come on now, girl, we're gonna paint this town. Wrangler jeans and cowgirl hat, fat babies and things like that. That's what I like about Texas. You can hit the dance floor all night long, 12 o'clock and you're feeling strong. We got time for one more round. Come on now, girl, we're gonna paint this town. Closing time and time to go. Snuggled up and we're moving slow. That's what I like about Texas. Honky tonk, hardwood floor, rockin' band and swinging dough. That's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like about Texas.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I can
That's what we
see
like
why
about
that
it, too.
was Song of the Year.
That was probably a good way to spend a pandemic year.
Yes.
Winning awards.
Exactly. So how did that work? So since the pandemic was going on that year, did you guys have to wait to do the award show, or how did that work? Did y'all get to have the awards later?
Yeah, we had the 20 one, they went ahead and did. The 21 one, they did the year after, so they did like two of them back to back.
Okay.
So it was kind of
Where was that at? Where did y'all do that at? Fort Worth?
No, they did it here. The 2021 was at Cook's, and I think the 2021 one was at the Cactus Theater.
Nice.
So it was kind of neat.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about the gospel group. So you guys play here every Tuesday night, and then you play at some cowboy churches as well, right?
Uh-huh.
Tell us about that.
Well, I'm the music team leader at Lone Star Cowboy Church on 1585, and three of the guys from there play with me here, and that's kind of our gospel group, and we go to different churches and stuff. We play at like the Lubbock County Jail and stuff like that, and just doing pretty much traditional country. I mean, we change all of them up, do Amazing Grace like Fraulein with a shuffle beat, and you know, it's all honky-tonk sounding gospel music. So
Do you write some of those as well?
yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I'd like to hear one of those original
Cool.
gospel ones. Yeah.
Who's in the gospel group with you that plays here on Tuesday nights?
Ron Chambliss plays rhythm guitar. He's from Abernathy. Curtis McBride plays drums.
I know Curtis.
He's played with everybody.
Yeah.
And Bobby Havens plays bass.
Yep.
And he plays around town also.
So you've got a great little group, man.
Oh, yeah,
Fabulous.
it's fun. It really is. They have great crowds out here. It's just so laid back and personal. It's pretty cool.
So do those guys help you write some of the gospel music that you write, or are you doing that on your own? Is it a collaboration? Or?
Mainly on my own. Sometimes Bobby helps me do some, but
All the arrangement, the music, the words, everything, you're writing all of that?
yeah, sometimes it just kind of falls into place. So
We know how that
Sometimes.
goes. Yeah.
How long have you been writing? Like pretty much your whole life?
pretty close. Yes, ma'am. Probably I started singing the ones that I wrote out probably when I was 16, 17,
wow.
something like that.
That's nice.
I'm old, so that's a long time ago.
Well,
That was just the other day.
I met Kelly for the first time probably 25 years ago. You were doing a jam at the Cocoa Club on Sundays.
He's like,
I mean,
wow.
it's it seems like an eternity. I wish I could have forgotten about those days. But who are your biggest influences? I mean, what got you into music? Were your parents musically inclined, or are you just kind of the?
My dad played a little bit, just rhythm guitar and singing. That's where we started. But I like the old honky tonk. I like Buck Owens and Haggard and Ray Price and all that stuff. Just kind of fell in love with it.
Who
and
doesn't,
started,
right?
Yeah.
Started practicing and all that. Started playing. I guess the first club I ever played at here was the Flugenhofen on 4th Street. And I think I was 13 years old.
Flugenhofen. I don't remember that.
I've never heard of that one. Well, and that being said, the Lubbock music scene has dramatically changed. I mean, for sure in the last 10 years, but if you look back in those days when we were playing at the Cocoa Jam, I mean, 25 years later, it's not even the same place. No. I mean, the venues and the musician, the talent. So, I mean, I know you see it day to day. The talent in Lubbock is second to none, man. We've got some world-class talent. Who are some of your favorite local artists?
John Sprott, just
absolutely
phenomenal guitar
Kills
player,
it.
great blues singer, and he can play anything. He does blues mainly, but he can play country, blues, rock, whatever he wants to play. You know, and probably Steve Williams playing guitar.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's amazing on anything he touches. And probably my mentor was a guy named Bill Martin. He used to play at the Villa with Bill Martin and the Catch Band, and then he played for Charlie Pride for 20-something years. But, you know, he's just amazing guitar, you know. And he was a singer, probably one of the best singers I'd ever heard. So
Just good old country standard singer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he could do all of it, too, so...
Well, let's hear an old...
And you can, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear an old standard. You pick it.
All right, give me... This is my new favorite song, so... If I can get through it. This is an old Hank Williams Jr. song called 11 Roses. I guess you notice there's only 11 roses. I chose them from our garden where they grew. Take the roses and look into the mirror. And the 12th rose will be looking back at you. There's just something about a spray of roses to a woman. They say more than words can say. After what I've done, you may not keep the roses, but I just thought I would send them anyway. I guess you noticed there's only 11 roses. I chose them from our garden where they grew. Take the roses and look into the mirror, and the 12th rose will be looking back at you. There's just something about a spray of roses to a woman. They say more than words can say. After what I've done, you may not keep the roses, but I just thought I would send them anyway. After what I've done, you may not keep the roses, but I just thought I would send them anyway.
Great song.
Thank you.
That was nice.
Let's talk influences for a minute. Is Hank Jr. one of your influences? Or who are your
Kinda.
biggest influences?
I don't know. Probably my biggest is Haggard and Ray Price, that kind of stuff. Johnny Bush. I love Johnny Bush. So anything old and dance hall type I like.
That's right.
Gary Stewart's huge influence.
So how do you see that traditional country music changing? You know, in the 90s, it was huge. I mean, every band around here played traditional country music. So how do you see that shifting? Is there a shift in that genre of music as far as live music around town?
Not really. To me, all the country bands are still playing the traditional stuff. There's not a whole lot of the full bands doing the radio stuff.
Sure.
You know, just it's still mainly Haggard. You know, that's going to be what's here forever.
Can't really mess with the bass, huh?
Exactly.
So venues, let's talk venues a little bit. What are your favorite? Obviously, this place is home for you.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing with Lily and Loopy here at Taco Village?
I started doing the gospel night here on Tuesdays a little over 6 years ago, and started out just by myself, and it just kind of blew up and started packing it out. So I started adding people. Now we're up to a 4-piece band on Tuesday nights, you know, and from like 6 to 8 o'clock, it's packed. They start getting here about 5:30, you know, and better come early if you want a table.
Come on out here on Tuesday. Come out here any day that they're here.
Every Tuesday that we think about coming, I'm like, man, I really want to go see Kelly, but I guarantee you there's not a seat in the house because it is packed.
Yeah, it's really cool. Great people out here. The staff, you know, they take care of us.
This is a great place.
Absolutely.
We love it too.
So Johnny Bush.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see him play anywhere?
Yes, I did. The first time I ever seen Johnny Bush was at the Ponderosa Ballroom in Abilene, Texas, and that's when he had the full band, had the 3 fiddles, horn section, the whole. I mean, it was Johnny Bush.
That's extreme. Wow.
You know, and I think it was in like 80s, 84, 85, 86 in that range, and it was killer. You know.
Go ahead.
I would imagine that you probably have a cover of a Johnny Bush song.
Yes, ma'am. Green Snakes is.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard Green Snakes in a while. I would love to hear that. Yes.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
That's a great song, yeah.
One fool on a stool is what I heard the bartender say. I never thought my own life would ever work out this way. Green snakes on the sea, walking walls I can see. One fool on a stool, and on this stool sits this fool me. One fool on a stool, one drink to a hand. No thread for your needles, no mouth ain't seen your man. Anything you wanna tell me, I got no time for. Store to your drink, make room for more. One fool on a stool is what I heard the bartender say. I never thought my own life would ever work out this way. Green snakes on the sea, walking walls I can see. One fool on a stool, and on this stool sits this fool me. One fool on a stool, and on this stool sits this fool me.
Can't go wrong with Johnny Bush. That one and Nails in My Coffin are my two favorite. So is there many Western swing bands or that style of music playing around anymore? I mean, and when I say swing, I'm talking like Jody Nix and those type of guys. Is there many of those guys playing anymore, that style of music left?
Not really around here, but if you get out from Lubbock an hour or two, swing is still really popular.
Snyder, San Angelo, Abilene.
Yeah, those areas. And Amarillo has a big swing fest and stuff once a year and all that kind of stuff.
Let's talk about the trio a little bit. Tell us the members of the trio, because I believe one of them is pretty close to home, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's Tommy Scales playing keyboard with me, and my son Luke playing drums. He's just turned 18, so he's the drummer of the century.
And what a talent, man.
He's pretty good.
He's really good. How long has Luke been playing? Did you teach him does he play guitar too?
He plays guitar and bass and drums and nearly anything he touches.
So he's like Dad. He makes you sick when you watch him play.
Yeah, he makes me sick.
That's awesome.
But he plays everything good. He does the School of Rock thing. He likes the rock and roll, but he'll tolerate the country.
He does it for old Dad. Comes in and sits in with Dad, feels sorry for him. I'll play some Johnny Bush with you, Dad.
That's me. Yeah.
Do y'all play out much, the trio? Because I've seen y'all here, and it's a great show. Do y'all play out much?
We're fixing to start booking other stuff than here, but right now it's just here.
Okay.
Every first Friday of the month, that night, we play here.
Okay. Now, go ahead, Rhonda.
I was just about to say, are you on social media where people can find out where you're playing in all your different
Oh, yes, ma'am.
capacities?
You can go to Facebook, Kelly Hastey, or Kelly Hastey Music, or Cowboy Up Ministries.
Cowboy Up Ministries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or no, Kelly's Cowboy Up Ministry. I'm sorry.
Kelly's Cowboy Up Ministry. Awesome.
So your songwriting, I'm really fascinated with some of the gospel stuff you've done, because I mean that's a full 180-degree turn, from what we used to play. So, what is your favorite gospel song that you've written? I'd like for you to play one of those for us, and tell us a little story behind it if you can. Give us one that's got a little story.
Probably 4 inches of water. Like I say, I go to Lone Star Cowboy Church, and we baptize in a horse trough. And they were baptizing this full-figured man. That's how we say it there. But he got in the horse trough, and a whole bunch of the water come out. And this is kind of what I come up with about it. So it's a little different.
I like that.
Yeah. 4 inches of water wash away my sins, and 4 inches of water to erase where I've been. The heartaches and letdowns, the grief and the strife, and 4 inches of water have a brand new life. I've lied and I've cheated, run around town, fell in with a bad crowd when the chips were down, turned my back on Jesus, thought I had no soul at all, till one Sunday morning Jesus came to call. I was driving my old pickup with the radio turned on early Sunday morning when I was all alone. This preacher came on telling about the news. Jesus Christ had risen, with him I cannot lose. 4 inches of water wash away my sins, and 4 inches of water to erase where I've been. The heartaches and letdowns, the grief and the strife, and 4 inches of water have a brand new life. So I stopped my old pickup right there in the road, got down on my knees just like I was told. It started with a prayer, ended with a tear, By the time I was finished, Jesus lived in here. 4 inches of water to wash away my sins, and 4 inches of water to erase where I've been. The heartaches and the letdowns, the grief and the strife, and 4 inches of water have a brand new life. And 4 inches of water have a brand new life.
Great song, man.
Thank you.
And
Very nice.
by the way, this little lawsuit Takamine guitar you're playing, I'm really jealous because that thing sounds amazing.
Does, it really
I
does.
want to take that home. So I've heard some rumors that Kelly Hastey may be giving guitar lessons. Is this
Yes,
a
sir.
real thing? What's going on with that?
I think I'm going to start giving guitar lessons at Guitar Center and
Nice.
see how that goes for a little while.
Well, for all you guys out there watching that know Kelly is an absolute killer on a guitar, now you know that if you want to play like Kelly Hastey, he's giving lessons.
I think you might be booked up pretty good.
Take you about 10 minutes.
What else is going on? Trio, Gospel Night. Where can we find your schedule, your music schedule, and your music? Number one, tell us where can we find your music? Have you got it on Spotify or Apple Music?
I have a few on nearly all of the streaming sites: Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, all that.
SoundCloud.
I think so, yes, sir.
Okay. And then social media platforms where your gigs, where you guys are playing your bookings, where are those at? Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, I do everything on Facebook, Kelly Hastey or Kelly Hastey Music.
Okay.
And I post on there probably way too much, but they're on there.
That's good, though. Some people don't post enough.
Well, and I think that's in today's world with the technology we have. I mean, it absolutely helps promote yourself, promote your music, and I think it's a tool that we can all use to professionally get better.
Oh, yes, sir.
If we can just figure out how to use it, that's my problem.
Yeah, if I could go back to 18 again, it'd help.
You got a son that can probably help you out.
A little bit.
Yeah, Luke can probably help you out a little bit. Yeah, if you can get him off the rock drums long enough
That's
to help
it.
little dad. Listen, we've been here with Kelly Hastey. Thank you again, Kelly, for coming. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here. As always, you were wonderful. And Lily and Luke, thank you guys for having us. If you have not been to Taco Village, it is the best food. Rhonda says the best chili relleno in the
all
world.
the way. Yep. I understand they have excellent hamburgers, but I wouldn't know that because I just go with them chili rellenos.
It's hard to eat a hamburger when you come here. I mean, really.
But I've heard they're off the chain.
Go look for Kelly's music and go download it, go stream it. Look for Kelly at Kelly Hastey Music on Facebook and go watch him. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, come here on Tuesdays.
All right, Kelly, thanks again. Appreciate it, man.
Thank y'all for
Kelly.
having me.
Thank you.